The Spice Girls, the Pussycat Dolls, Girls' Generation. You may be hard-pressed to list more all-girl groups who made it big in the music industry, but one hailing from the UK is proving that girls do run the world. They're called Little Mix, and they're using their platform to empower young women around the world. These chart toppers make more than catchy, relatable music. They're adding diversity and flavor to an otherwise bland music industry, mainly run by men. What's next for one of the biggest girl groups long after their X Factor days? Keep watching to find out. It's not often that a televised singing competition produces a winner who actually makes it in the music industry. For the most part, many winners of the talent or singing competitions fizzle out after 1 or 2 albums. Some venture into the theater world or acting, while others just go back to living their normal lives. But handling fame or reaching worldwide success takes something more than winning a contest. You need drive and courage to go far in this tough world of music. In recent history, there are some names who made it big after winning or even losing a talent competition. One example is One Direction, who is one of the biggest boy bands in the entire world, and they didn't even win X Factor. But since they practically disbanded in 2015, there's much better examples than a successful group from a singing contest. We're talking about none other than the all-girl group Little Mix. They've become one of the most popular girl groups out of the X Factor, constantly topping charts around the world. Let's take a look at where it all began for this group of empowered women, and the exciting things coming up for them. In 2011, Leigh-Anne, Jesy Nelson, Jade Thirlwall, and Perrie Edwards all auditioned for the 8th season of the X Factor as solo singers. Things were looking good for each of them, that is, until the boot camp stage. They were all eliminated at this round of the competition, but their shot at fame and thriving music career didn't end there. They were given a second chance in the competition, and this time joining ensembles. Perrie and Jesy were part of a quartet called Faux Pas, while Jade and Leigh-Anne joined a 3-piece named Orion. Faux Pas and Orion still couldn't make it through to the next stages of the competition, but judges Kelly Rowland and Tulissa Constantopoulos had a different plan. They got Jesy, Perrie, Jade, and Leigh-Anne to form a whole new girl group. Kelly and Tulissa loved the look of the 4 girls together, and thus Rhythmix was born. Yep, the group we now know as Little Mix was originally called Rhythmix, but due to a children's charity having the same name, the girls and Tulissa opted for a name change. After beating out Marcus Cullens and winning X Factor in 2011, Little Mix was officially signed with Simon Cowell's label Psycho. Their debut album, DNA, was a huge success. It reached the top 10 of the charts in 10 countries around the world, including the UK and the US. They were the first girl group since the Pussycat Dolls to reach the top 5 in the United States. Meanwhile, across the pond, DNA went platinum in the UK. Were the girls of Little Mix destined for stardom? Let's take a closer look. For Jade Thirlwall, it seems like nothing's truer than saying the third time's a charm. The 1/4 Egyptian and 1/4 Yemeni gal from South Shields is auditioning for the X Factor twice before winning with Little Mix in 2011. At just 15 years old, Jade auditioned for the first time in the 5th season of X Factor. She didn't quite make it, but she wasn't deterred. Jade tried again 2 years later for X Factor's 7th season and for the last time in season 8. Jade may be a world-famous singer with millions of followers, but she doesn't forget her roots. She's very involved with several charities, but particularly the ones that help the people in her hometown of South Shields. Jade regularly returns home to support various causes. Over the holidays, she was taking part in the Boxing Day Dip for Cancer Connections in Little Haven Beach. It's a yearly tradition for Jade, who's been present at the function ever since it started 12 years ago. Love is in the air and all around for Jade and her beau, Jed Elliott. They've been dating for over 3 years, but recently made headlines for their romantic Love Actually-inspired reunion in London Heathrow's airport. Jade posted on Instagram a video of their heartwarming hug and kisses. The pair have been separated for 103 days, as Jed's touring with his band The Struts, of which he's the bassist. They recently went on a tropical vacation to Thailand and shared many cute couple photos. Perrie Edwards is the blonde bombshell who is unofficially the lead singer of the group. This freckled female hails from Witless, South Shields, and actually lived only 5 minutes away from Jade, but they didn't even know each other existed until they joined forces in the X Factor. Perrie's most famous relationship was a high-profile one, with Zayn Malik of the former group One Direction. The two started dating in 2012 until Zayn popped up the question in 2013. They were suddenly engaged until 2015, and the couple parted ways. It was heartbreaking, but it also led to Little Mix dropping the sassy hit Shout Out to My Ex, which may be the group's most popular song to date. Rumors started going around that Zayn broke up with Perrie via text message, and that he was cheating on her. Zayn denies breaking up with Perrie over text, but he did admit to sleeping around in 2016 in his song She Don't love me. Ouch. But things are looking up for Perrie, who always knew love was just around the corner. She's currently dating a total hottie named Alex Auckland-Chamberlain, an Arsenal football player. The two constantly share steamy photos on Instagram as they visit exotic locations. They sure know how to make people jealous. The third member of the Little Mix group is Leigh-Anne. She is of Barbadian and Jamaican ancestry and paid tribute to her roots when she auditioned for the X Factor. Leigh-Anne sang "Only Girl in the World" by fellow Barbados queen Rihanna. Leigh-Anne definitely didn't see herself as part of the band, but now confesses that being part of Little Mix is the best thing that's ever happened to her. But being part of a world-famous girl group isn't all rainbows and butterflies. Leigh-Anne's experienced a lot of struggle, especially for being the only black member of Little Mix. She was told by Beyoncé's creative director, Frank Gadsden, that being the black girl means she has to work twice as hard. In a very emotional interview with ASOS magazine, Leigh-Anne recalls feeling invisible during the first couple of years since joining Little Mix. She said that she didn't have as many fans as the other girls, and felt that she wasn't good enough. Now Leigh-Anne has embraced her skin tone as who she is, and wants to empower other girls who felt the way she did before. She wants to use Little Mix's platform to speak out against racism in the music industry and share her experiences. Leigh-Anne may be hitting a new relationship milestone very soon. She's been dating Watford football player Andrew Gray since 2016. They recently moved into a new home together and spent the holidays there. People are speculating that an engagement may be in the near future for the young and happy couple. The fourth and final member of Little Mix is Jesy Nelson. This heavily tattooed chick comes under fire from fans more than the others. She was given flack for one of her most recent tattoos, which was of a gun. Many felt that as a role model for young girls, having a dangerous weapon that's taken the lives of many tattooed on her body was not a tasteful decision. Jesy was also recently slammed for posting a video of herself singing along to R. Kelly's Ignition. She posted stories of it on Instagram just weeks after a documentary highlighting sexual abuse allegations against the rapper was released. Talk about problematic. Jesy is a fierce and outspoken member of the group, who isn't afraid to voice her opinions. Though she can sometimes rub people the wrong way, she teases Perrie about her ex-fiancé Zayn and gets into riffs with Piers Morgan. But more on that later. Jesy may tease Perrie about her former relationship, but Jessy's had her fair share of relationships turning sour. She was engaged to Jake Rush until her horrendous breakup in 2016. Despite feeling devastated, Jesy turned to the gym to let out any hard feelings. She got a smoking hot bod as her reward. Jesy then dated musician Harry James for a little over a year until they eventually parted ways. Jesy's making headlines now for her newfound romance with Love Island star Chris Hughes. Turns out the couple's been dating in secret for 2 months. They were recently photographed in public sharing very passionate kisses, and would post stories of them hanging out together on Instagram. Little Mix has definitely come a long way from their auditions in the X Factor in 2011. They've had their ups and downs, especially when it comes to relationships, but their music career seems to only be getting better. 2018 was a pretty good year for the group as well. The group spent a lot of time in the studio during the first half of 2018, wrapping up everything for their latest album release. It wasn't until June 2018 that we heard the first Little Mix song of the year. The group collaborated with Cheat Codes on a track called Only You. They said it was a feel-good summer anthem, meant to bring out the feelings for that somebody special, that no matter where you are in the universe, your stars still align. Shortly after the song dropped, Little Mix went on their summer hits tour around the UK. They performed a mix of both old and new songs, keeping it light and fun for their UK fans. 2018 was definitely a year of collaborations for Little Mix. They launched a skincare range with Superdrug and Simple Skincare, as well as a makeup line with LMX Beauty for Boots. As if skincare and makeup weren't enough, Little Mix also released their third sportswear collection for women with USA Pro. On October 12th, they dropped the first single off LM5, Woman Like Me, featuring Nicki Minaj. But days before, news outlets announced that Little Mix was leaving the label Psycho. Simon Cowell says there were problems between the artists and the management, causing rows over the new record and the group's musical direction. Little Mix is now under the label RCA, a part of Sony Group that also includes Psycho. The label change didn't stop the fierce and empowering track from hitting #1 in several countries around the world. Little Mix took their hit single Woman Like Me to the stage with Nicki Minaj during the MTV EMA Awards. They also bagged the award for Best UK and Ireland Act. So what's next for the all-girl group? Little Mix is set to release another single from their album LM5, entitled Think About Us. The single was already performed twice, once at the Graham Norton show and the other for the Brit Awards nomination show. The Brits are coming, but this single will get a rework, featuring a guest rap from Ty Dolla $ign. Little Mix is also going on tour this year in the UK and Ireland, but first they're headed to Dubai to perform for the Global Teacher Prize concert on March 23rd. They will be joined by Liam Payne and Rita Ora, as well as DJ Jacques Lavassier. 2019 may be full of new surprises for Little Mix, especially as they're under new management with RCA. The group recently showed interest in collaborating with South Korean all-girl group Blackpink. An East meets West collab is familiar to Blackpink, as the K-pop stars have previously worked with Dua Lipa on the track Kiss and Make Up. So we may see Little Mix girls testing out their K-pop skills sooner than we think. Little Mix can still get even bigger if they just focus on the music. Is there a good year ahead for Little Mix, or will controversy stir things up for the group? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to The Trendy for more videos and give this video a like. Thanks for watching.